Good evening, Des Moines, Iowa, and the world. Welcome to the Doc and Lefty program, broadcasting to you live from the Northside Studios, webcast1live.com and docandlefty.com. This is Lefty. As always, we're bringing you the perspectives you love from the sides you hate. And I got to say that just for a couple minutes, I'm going to talk to you, just us. You know, just kind of a one-on-one, slightly more intimate conversation. No, Doc is going to be here just very shortly, but we're going to get started. There is really only one thing to talk about today that I am sure by now has been discussed at your homes, at your places of employment, at your places of education or worship, such as the case may be, and that is the horrific, really unthinkable shooting a couple of days ago in Orlando, where a man went to a nightclub popular in the LGBT community in Orlando, Florida, and opened fire, killing 49 people and wounding, I believe, 53 others. It's being billed as the worst mass shooting in American history, eclipsing the 32 lives taken in Virginia Tech and the 28 lives taken at Sandy Hook in 2012. I know that Doc and I, on behalf of the show, have expressed our deep sympathies and just complete horror that these kinds of things evoke in all of us as a country, and I think it is well taken that the expressions of solidarity that we are Orlando at this point, I think those sentiments are well taken. I was watching a clip from Stephen Colbert right after the day after, and he mentioned that it felt now, we've done this so many times. We have lived this reality so often, especially in the last several years, that we have a script that we follow. And this situation has been no different. We have seen, predictably, everybody jump into their expected camps. We have seen politicians making impassioned points. We have seen politicians make cynical points. We have seen members of advocacy groups or lobbying groups, industry representatives, make what you would predict to be their points, and it all feels very, very divisive. For a while, we seem to have come in 2012. We came together, at least for a while, after Sandy Hook, understanding that 27 kindergarten and first graders being mowed down was something we couldn't handle as a country separately. And then we decamped and started to bicker about solutions and what it meant. This time, there wasn't even a pretense of solidarity, but for the victims, the tribes are at each other's throats again. And we're going to talk about a lot of that as much as we can in the hour that we've got. We're going to talk about the political ramifications about what happened in Orlando, because we have to. There is a if you want a story, or you want a tragedy, or you want an event in the country that has something for everybody, that has something to praise and vilify about every single interest group or every single demographic in the United States at this point, the tragedy in Orlando is probably the thing that you've been waiting for, as crass as that sounds, because we have liberals crying for more, for some kind of action on guns. We have conservatives crying for more action taken on radical Islamic terrorism. We have a president who, in the last few months of his presidency, has completely lost patience with the presumptive Republican nominee. We have the presumptive Democratic nominee using a term that President Obama has refused to use so far in addressing acts of terrorism at home and abroad. And we have a presumptive Republican nominee who has not done himself any favors, in my opinion, with his response to this tragedy. And so we're going to talk about all of that. Doc has made it, and before I think we go much further, Doc, what are some of your preliminary thoughts here about Orlando?
Well, I think it's terrible. I agree with the president. It's a terror attack. I agree with my cousin Valerie that it was motivated by sexual orientation. It's an attack on the gay and lesbian community. I think that if you're going to live in a free society, people are going to hate that. We were warned about homegrown terrorists, self-radicalization, and we haven't figured out how to fight it yet. I don't want to have another discussion about Second Amendment rights. I can sum up Lefty's argument in 2 seconds. He can sum mine up in 2 seconds. We've had that talk. I would like to drag this talk into the direction of, what do we do now? Lefty wrote a great article, and trust me, I hate reading them, right? Because it's all Lefty stuff. But the bottom line is at some point, when do we address radicals in general? When do we have that conversation? When do we start talking about, well, hold on. Yeah, I understand you're a right to lifer. That doesn't give you the right to blow up abortion clinics. Well, I understand you're waiting for your 72 versions. That doesn't give you the right to blow up homosexuals. Doesn't. I understand that you're a Uyghur hold on. Uyghur. There you go. Sorry.
Uyghur, yep.
And you are not entitled to blow up people that are Maoists.
Han Chinese.
What?
The Han Chinese.
Chinese.
Yeah, that's
right.
what they got a lot of problems with.
So the bottom line is at what point do we say, well, hold on, this isn't the society we want? You know, I was going to do this. I was going to make a statement today, because all I heard out of the left wing was guns kill people over and over. And I was going to bring in my son's militarized weapon, and he calls it Tinkerbell. And I was going to lay it right out here and show everybody that guns don't kill people. But you know what? That isn't the point. The point is the psyche that makes you think it's okay to kill other people because they're lesser than you. That's what this is. It's a giant terrorist sexual orientation hate crime. It covers everything that should not be in America. It's just awful. With that, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about this. I have a couple of interesting takes on, what we should do. I'm going to try to avoid politics at all costs. So is Lefty. The problem is we are political animals at heart. So if we stray off the reservation, forgive us. We're going to be back right after this break. I want to thank all of you for tuning in, because without you, we couldn't do what we do. Des Moines Anesthesia, 515-574-6442. They do pain management and anesthesia. Duh. I get that. I have trouble with that every week.
Yep.
If you're looking for a pain doc, these are the people to see. They're getting rarer and rarer, and these guys do a great job. Halo Capital, Lubinas Law Firm, and Petrosian Associates. We'll be back right after this break.